Hey everyone, this is your captain speaking. We have achieved our cruising altitude, and I have to say this portal is really a nice one. The Dance Party Portal of 2019, the Sun, Venus, Mars triple conjunction portal. It's hot in here. It's literally hot in here. San Francisco is in the 80s this week out of nowhere. It's usually 60 like every single day, but it's hot. I got a warm light out here and it's great. It feels yummy because Venus is with Mars. Venus brings pleasure to the warmth. The Sun-Mars conjunction can be really hot, but Venus makes it a nice, yummy heat. And that reminds me, I hope you're all stocking up on hot sauce. You know, whatever your favorite hot sauce is, I'd say take it up a notch and get a lot of it. Because that's the energy of now. It's spicy, it's fun, it's, you know, it's hot, but it's great to move in the heat, and it's great to dance in the heat. And I'm here to encourage you, as I did in an earlier video, but we're going to go into more depth here. I am here to encourage you to dance as much as possible over the next month for sure, and really I think it's another 6 weeks. I feel that this Dance Party Portal is really like a 2-month period. I think we can be generous and really see it as such. I think it got going about 2 weeks ago at the new moon, and it's going to go a whole nother cycle to the next new moon. It's going to be so happening at the next new moon, and it's totally going to be happening at the full moon after that. And I think it just flows gently into the next new moon. So we're just 2 weeks into an 8-week portal, and you can get on this starship anytime you like. All you got to do is extend yourself out into the solar system. Extend yourself out to the sun and to the moon here on the full moon. You got to imagine here what the situation is. We're here on the Earth. We got the moon on one side. We got the moon on one side. We got the sun on the other. That's a full moon. And if you just imagine, if you go past the sun, directly in alignment with where we are right now, if we go directly in an alignment past the sun, it'll be just a straight line, basically. Moon, Earth, Sun, then Venus, and then Mars. Venus and Mars are super close. They're right next to each other. They're as close as they get to each other in the solar system. And Venus is like, oh, it's so nice to be here with Mars. I only see Mars like once a year. And sometimes not. Well, actually, it's less than once a year. That's the thing. It's less than once a year because Mars keeps moving and Venus has to catch up. Venus, at certain points, is pursuing Mars. Believe it or not, Mars is the pursuer. That's the nature of Mars. Mars pursues and takes action and is all about movement. But Venus, in terms of where she is in the solar system, inside of Mars's orbit, she passes by Mars, but she comes and pursues Mars at every revolution around the sun at some point, but it's a little further on each time. It doesn't matter if you can't see the astronomy. I'm not good at it either. I got to look at all kinds of stuff to figure it out, but it's pretty simple actually. Look at the sun, Venus exactly on the other side, and Mars on the other side of that. And over here, moon, Earth, sun. It's an amazing alignment. And you can actually get into alignment with it. You can imagine yourself here on the Earth in alignment with Sun, Venus, Mars on one side and the moon on the other. It's super potent and it's a great time to practice magic, to do ritual and to use thought forms to inform the timelines that you are now going to pursue. There's all kinds of possibilities for the timelines. We have free will. We can go in different directions and we can choose to imagine possibilities that are in alignment with the energies of the planets, the associations with the planets. Venus being the goddess of love and beauty and pleasure, Mars, the god of action, the god of assertion, the god of heat. And then the moon, the nurturer, the feminine, the sun, the shining warmth, energy. The earth, of course, our beloved, she's in the dance with all of them herself. The planets are dancing right now, and they're so happy. On the earth here, we can see across the dance floor, the sun, Venus, and Mars, they're all across the dance floor in precise alignment, and they're dancing. We're watching them dance. And over here on the other side, the moon is dancing with us. The earth and the moon are in their dance, and the earth and the sun are in their dance, and they're just all in perfect alignment right now. It's pretty cool. And so I feel like it's a really high energy moment to create new possibilities for yourself by imagining the timelines where you're gonna dance more. Like, try to dance every day. Why wouldn't you? What's your favorite music? Are you dancing to it every day? That's the question I have for you. Because there are timelines in your life that you could be on. I imagine multiple universes, parallel selves, and we're all trying different stuff, but your timeline is up to you. And so I'm encouraging you to align with the timelines where you're dancing more and you're loving more. Loving yourself first. Mars gives energy and heat to the Venus self-love process. And so this is a great time to practice self-love in a really strong way. Like, take really strong actions that bring you pleasure and where you feel like you're really loving yourself. Like, for me, one of the ways that I practice self-love is to go hear live music, because it just brings me so much pleasure to just get out somewhere where there's some speakers and other people, or at least I got my headphones on and there are other people around. To get out there and move my body to pleasurable music is good medicine for me, and it is one way that I express self-love. And there are others. There's lots of ways of bringing pleasure into your life. And so for the next 6 weeks, the opportunity is to really bring some strong self-love, and from that sense of like really being attracted to yourself. That's the key. Are you really attracted to yourself? Do you look at yourself in the mirror and say, wow, I'm hot? Because you are, no matter what. And that's what you got to realize. You're hot no matter what. And you got to see it. You got to start there. Because when you feel hot, when you feel attractive, then you radiate that energy out, and then there's more hot, attractive energy in the whole world. And that's awesome. But it's so amazing to be around hot, attractive energy. And I'm just thinking right now about the lucky people that are about to head to the Nevada desert, to one of the most inhospitable places on earth, and they're going to throw the biggest party that really I think humanity is capable of throwing at a large scale, 70,000 people or whatever. Somehow they create a city in the desert and they party for a week to 10 days. Wow. I've been there twice. I don't think I can do it again, but I've got amazing memories, and I can astral project every year to the playa and be there. This is an amazing year for you people to be going. I have to say, just a direct message, because I know that there might be a few people out on my YouTube channel that have been or are going to Burning Man. And if not, you know what I'm talking about. It's hot there. It's really, really hot. It can be really cold too. But my point is, there's heat there and there's music there, and it's fun. It's really fun. And that's the kind of energy you want to create around yourself, because you can feel the Burning Man energy wherever you go. You can bring it with you. Even if you've never been there, you can bring it with you. They're dancing for you, lighting things up, burning things, and having all kinds of pleasure. Yes, and that's radiating out to the world, right in the midst of this amazing dance party portal. And I got a lot more to say about it. clearly. And this is just the beginning. I'm going to have more captain's logs throughout this whole portal. And so get out there and dance and have fun and see how hot you are. Make sure you're feeling really sexy. Put on those sexy clothes, you know, whatever they are, the ones that make you feel sexy. And just really enjoy wearing those clothes. You know what I'm saying? And so this video is going to continue now, but in the computer, because I want to show you exactly what's going on, just for the astrologers out there. But I think I've conveyed most of my message. I hope you're going to go out there and look at the setting sun and the rising moon, and then the rising sun and the setting moon. And it's a couple days, you know, it's the next, what's tonight? It's tomorrow night, it's going to look totally full. And the next night, it's going to look totally full. So we're talking about sunrise tomorrow when I release this video, basically. But then sunset, sunrise, sunset, and one more sunrise. Why not? The whole thing, this alignment's happening, and it's a great time to really consciously enter the portal, extend yourself out, pray to the sun, pray to the moon, pray to Venus and Mars. They're all just right in a line, and you can imagine you're in a, what's that kind of dance where everybody's in a line? I forget, but you know what I'm talking about, where everybody dances around the party in a whatever that's called, a train. It's not a train. You know what I'm talking about. That's what's happening. We're in alignment with these planets, and we're dancing through the solar system in alignment. And so you pray, and then you open yourself to loving messages of guidance about the specifics of how you're meant to dance, how you're meant to enjoy, how you're meant to show yourself that you really, really are attracted and you want to experience pleasure with your beloved, yourself. And of course, then you can extend it out to your actual beloved, or perhaps there's someone you've had a little bit of a crush on, maybe. And this could be a good time to go and let that person know you'd like a coffee date. A coffee date. Would you like to have coffee with me? And no means no, and yes means yes. You know what I'm saying? So what do you got to lose? Would you like to have coffee with me? I don't think so. All right, no problem. But what if they say yes? You have coffee, and then maybe you have coffee one more time, and then you're like, do you want to go dance with me? Maybe it's 3 dates. But anyway, there's lots of time. There's like 6 more weeks of this to have coffee dates and to see where it goes. You know what I'm saying? Yes means yes, no means no. There you go. Have I said what I need to say? I think so. I think so. So now we're going to get a little more technical. I'm going to show you exactly what's going on. I'll show you an astronomical representation, because that's really helpful to just see it. But then I'll show you the charts, which are basically the astronomy put into, what's that, like a two-dimensional plane, the flatness of a piece of paper or a computer screen. So we'll get both of those. And what I'm going to do probably, it's a little, I think I got time to maybe go into the computer, but I may go, either way, I'm going to go watch the sunset right now. It's not too far away. It's an hour and a half or so. Maybe it's 2 hours. Anyway, I've gone on long enough. Blessings. Enjoy this portal. I'll be back because there's nuances to it. It lines up with other planets at different points, not in like a direct alignment, but other kinds of angles come. So it's going to get complex. Not too complex. I will guide us. So I'll have future updates, and just stay tuned for those. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Please share this with anybody that you think might want to dance with you. That's a good way to start. Check out this video and then have the coffee date invitation. Anyway, share it and hit that. If you subscribe, then you'll be able to hit the notifications bell, which makes it more likely that you'll see future videos, but also that this video will be seen more broadly. So thank you for that. And blessings, everybody. Enjoy the portal. Have fun. be safe, and dance every day. Okay, we're going into the computer now, or you can take a break to put on some music and then come back and get the details. Blessings, blessings, blessings. So here we are. I want to now share with you some of the more, I just want to get a little more precise in my description of what's happening in the sky in our solar system right now. In a way, in one sense, it's for people that understand a little bit of astrology, but it's really not necessary at all to understand any astrology to really be able to easily imagine what is happening astronomically. And I want to try to show it to you in two different ways. We're going to look at a few charts. We're going to go from, just to give you a sense of the movement of the planets, we'll look at the chart of the last new moon, the current full moon that you can see is, this is actually not accurate. Let's go to the right chart. That is okay, let me just say what this is. This is when the full moon's exact here in San Francisco tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m. That's going to be 8:30 a.m. on the East Coast after the sun rises, but not that long after the sunrise. And so it's an amazing time to be watching the sunrise and the sunsets, both today, tomorrow, and into the following morning, I see. It started yesterday, in a way, the wave of the full moon, but it's getting much more exact today, and tomorrow morning, depending on where you are in the world, it gets exact, but then it continues for another day at least. The sunset tomorrow and the sunrise the next morning for sure, and into that day the full moon energy is there, and the alignment that I'm about to describe is there. And at any point you can consciously enter the portal, ideally by being out under the sky at some point. I think sunrise, midday, sunset, midnight are all good times to do a sacred ritual where you get into alignment with the planetary bodies, the wanderers of the sky, the dancers of the sky. It's a special moment to get into alignment, especially with the sun and the moon and Venus and Mars. That's a yummy yin-yang flow, baby. That's what I feel. A dance of the yin and the yang and the fire that lights them up to really see each other and see them all within yourself. To recognize that you are the solar system and you can extend yourself out in your imagination to feel it as real. And so this is when the alignment is exact. You got to imagine that the Earth is in the center. It is in the center. On one side is the moon, exactly opposite where the sun is and where Venus is and where Mars is. And so think about the Earth at the center of the dance floor. You're in the center of the dance floor and all the lights shining on you. The moonlight and the sunlight are shining on you and me and everyone. And Venus and Mars are also over there on the side of the dance floor, and they all see you. And they're like, wow, look at that sexy person. Look at them move. Look at them dance. That's us, the Earth. And they're like, wow, Earth can really move. Earth can really shake a booty. Shake their booty. Yes. Yes. And so if you go out or have gone out at sunrise or sunset, the coming sunrise and sunset, these are great moments because you can like literally look at the sun in alignment And then right behind you is the moon. So if you're looking at the sunrise, you have to imagine you're in alignment. Your body is in alignment. You're looking at the sunrise. It's directly in front of you. And directly behind you is the setting moon. And you can look at them both. That's what's so amazing about a full moon. You get to see these amazing, beautiful lights head on, in a way, directly in front of you at the same moment, or pretty close together. And so do a ritual. Go out and extend yourself in alignment and feel yourself dancing and swaying to the music with the sun and Venus and Mars and the moon. And then you set an intention for the portal. You say to the sun and moon and Venus, I want you to help me realize my intention. And it's great to have a Venus-Mars intention like I was talking about earlier, outside of this computer, when I was saying it's a great time to express a lot of self-love. And so you say to the sun and moon and Venus and Mars, I'm going to show myself so much love and care. I'm going to take action, very direct action, that demonstrates how much I'm attracted and love myself, attracted to and love myself. I'm going to take those actions, and I want you to help me remember every time I look at the sun for the next 6 weeks, I will remember that Venus and Mars are right there, all cheering me on to love myself more and be more direct about it, to not be wishy-washy, not be like, oh, I'll do that nice thing for myself eventually, or I'll call that person and ask them to dance with me, that friend of mine, let's go out dancing, or your sweetie, of course. That's really good self-love, right? When you make sure you get to snuggle with your sweetie and shake a booty with your sweetie. That's one great way of showing yourself self-love. And so you pray to the planets and to the moon, you say, and the sun, you say, help me out. Help me dance every day. Help me realize this intention to pursue the dancing timelines. And then you create your own magic. You know, you bring a rattle. You ring some bells. Maybe you do tarot spread while you're looking at the sun and the moon. And you make it magic. You step outside of time and you say, I really want to pursue the Venus-Mars timelines because I know it's a great time to hop on that wave and just ride them all the way through to eternity, because that's what you can do. When you set intention, you can pursue timelines that open up from being in alignment with the energies of the solar system. And so I hope this is clear. I think it's pretty understandable, the astronomical situation here. The Earth in the middle, you got the full moon, and then Venus and Mars are right there in the full moon. And astrologers, when they see a really strong alignment, like a conjunction or a square, I'm not sure if I'm still recording this one. That might have gone off. I got to try to keep this on. So, what was I saying? Astrologers, when they see a strong alignment, like a conjunction, a triple conjunction like this, on the sun or the moon at a new moon or full moon, and you're going to see this alignment like gets even stronger a couple weeks from now at the new moon. It starts to really build something super yummy. And then it extends to the following full moon. And so, and beyond, but definitely to the next full moon from now in mid-September. So it's definitely the next 4 weeks that you can realize your intentions. You can manifest your intentions of dancing and having fun, inspiring others to throw a dance party. Just be like, hey, it's been a while since we threw a dance party. You bring the music, you bring the food, I'll provide the setting, and boom, you got a dance party. And you've realized your intention. You've manifested it. Or you're like, hey, sweetie, we haven't snuggled and played and, you know, in a while. Let's get sexy. Let's have sexy time. Let's have sexy time. So you can set it up. I'm going to have sexy time with my sweetie much more this next month. And then I'm going to be on the sexy time timelines where it's more fun, more yummy, more dance, more play. Yes. So you do your magic ritual, you shake your rattle, you say your prayers out loud or silently, and maybe even bring along 2 or 3 crystals to anchor the intention, touchstones to remember what your intentions are for the next 4 to 6 weeks, and being in terms of being in alignment with the yin-yang yumminess of the full moon activating this Venus-Mars portal. So now just to take a quick look at this astronomical representation at theplanetstoday.com. This is awesome little website to visualize our solar system. I'm going to zoom in. You can see, and it shows exactly where all the planets are from a top-down perspective. And so I'm going to just zoom in here so you can see the alignment that's happening right now. Okay, here we are. Sun in the middle. Then let's make Earth big. There's Earth and the moon, Earth and Luna. And then we come back down. So we got the moon on one side. It goes moon, then Earth, then Sun. And you can see Mercury over here. It's not in the alignment yet, but it's going to move. It's moving towards Venus and Mars. It's going to be a Venus, Mercury, Mars, Sun quadruple conjunction in a little while, and it's going to be opposite Neptune and square to Jupiter. That's really awesome, and that's when I'm going to have some other videos. So I'm not going to go into too much detail right now, but I am going to show you what's happening here. So Moon, Earth, Sun, and then Venus and Mars exactly on the other side. It doesn't always happen this way as far as I understand. I think, yeah, sometimes a Venus-Mars conjunction can happen where Venus is on one side of the Sun and Mars on the other, but still in alignment with the Earth. But in this particular version, both Venus and Mars are on the other side. And so you got to imagine you're looking at the Sun, Venus right behind the Sun, Mars right behind Venus. And right now, the moon is behind us, directly behind us, as we look towards the Sun. And so that's the astronomical picture. And now let's look a little more at how the astrological chart represents the astronomical situation. And so let's see here. Whoops, what happened? What happened? Oh no, I lost it. Okay, we're going to just do it live. We're going to do it live. I'm going to open this up. Yeah, I noticed that it quit unexpectedly. That was awesome. Okay, pushing this computer a little too hard. Okay, so here we are right now. This is exactly this moment as I'm recording. 7:15. I'm going to do 15 minutes and then I'm going to run up the hill to see the sunset. Maybe just 10 minutes. Maybe it'll be 5. Let's just see what happens. Okay, this is my speed thing here. Okay, maybe I can put this in the center now that I like how it's in the wave. That's great. Okay, I can make it bigger. That's one thing. Okay. How am I going to do this? Okay, let's just go like a day or two at a time here. But let's see, can I do that? And then this. And then this. Yes, okay. So here we are. You can see here in San Francisco, the sun is about to go down and set. and the moon over here is about to rise. The upper part of the chart is this visible sky. The under part of the chart, the bottom part of the chart, is what you can't see. So right now, you can see the sun setting with Venus and Mars. You wouldn't be able to see them because they're so close, but you just got to imagine it. And Mercury, you can see in the morning. If you're lucky right now, it's possible. But anyway, the moon's about to rise. And so the moon, if you're watching it all night tonight, or if you're watching the sun all day tomorrow, just when you're looking at the sun, imagine the moon is directly to your back. So if you're looking at it at noon, then it's going straight through the earth. So at noon, it's great to lie on your back to be in alignment. Yes, lay on your back in a park and look up at the midday sky, and then imagine that straight through the earth on the other side directly is the moon. And if it's midnight, it's the opposite. You lay on your back on the good earth, you look at the full moon, and imagine directly through the earth on the other side is the sun. It's amazing. This is sometimes hard for me to realize. I can have a hard time with this, but it's great to have the graphics, right? It helps you understand. Okay, so this is right now. And I was going to show you a couple weeks ago. Let's do that. Here's a day at a time. The moon's going backwards, heading towards the new moon. And look, this is the new moon a couple weeks ago, July 31st. And you can see at that point, Venus is about 15 degrees away from Mars, but right next to the sun. So, I mean, Venus has been close to the sun, just radiating her love light. Her sweet love light is shining on us all right now, and has been for a while. Back further into July we could look. But this is about where the Venus-Mars-Sun conjunction energy started to come in. So if you've been feeling it for the last couple weeks, feel energized, feel like moving, feel like being social, feel like being artistic also. I haven't been emphasizing that, but creating art and music is super energized right now. So if you're feeling super lit up with creativity, that's part of the vibe. And so that's why it can feel super exciting, because when you feel creativity and generativity flowing through you, it just feels super pleasurable, right? And you get into flow states with your creativity, and those are the best states of consciousness, where you're just flowing with the pleasure of creativity, energized with the pleasure of creativity. And so I think that energy started to come in a couple weeks ago. And now let's go forward. Let's actually just go back to now. The full moon. Now you can see Venus and Mars just 2 weeks later are 6 degrees apart. So they went from 15 to 6. And now the sun is totally exact on Venus. And with the full moon, you got the moon exactly opposite the exact Sun-Venus conjunction. So, I mean, it's just a big love light Venus moon shining energy of love that is imprinting. It's charging up our psyches for this next couple weeks super strong, and then it's a kind of new moon, maybe a shift, but it's still just like super strong, as you'll see in a couple weeks. And so we're going to move forward here a day at a time. Here we are. Here's tomorrow evening. The full moon is still super strong, just 7 degrees, and it's just a couple degrees from Mars, and 7 degrees from Venus. And then this is the following evening. What's that? Tomorrow evening. Is that what we're looking at? No, this is 2 days from now. Right? Yeah, this is 2 days from now. So let's just go back. This is tonight. And that's 2 days from now. I got to slow this down. Sorry, everybody. I just want to get this right here. Okay, so yeah, this is tomorrow evening. And then the following morning, you can see the moon is still just 10 degrees opposite the sun, Venus, and Mars. It'll look like a totally full moon throughout the whole night. Tomorrow after midnight, the following morning, this is all from the United States perspective. It's a little different if you're far away from here in terms of the timing of it all. But anyway, it's another day and a half from now where it's still super strong. And even the following sunset, 2 sunsets from now, what is it? It's 18 degrees that the moon's away from the sun. That's not that far. It'll still look pretty full, and it'll still be pretty in alignment, the whole thing. And you can see it gets onto Neptune, which is where everything's heading here in a little while as we get towards the end of August. Let's now look a day at a time. So you can see they're super strong right now, and they're moving more towards exactitude, actually. So this is the 20th. This is about when people are heading to Burning Man. Look at that. Sun, Mars, Venus, 3 degrees from exact, and moving into opposition with Neptune. Not quite yet, but it's only 13 degrees at this point in just about 10 days from now. And then now it's really kicking in. The opposition to Neptune and the square to Jupiter over here. And again, I'll say a lot more about what this is, but it takes the dance party portal and makes it more of a trance dance party portal and more flowy and more yummy, really, because it takes you into your imagination. It takes you into spiritual energy even more, like a really sacred lover dance, sacred music, sacred dance, sacred pleasures, heart connections big time. It's big heart chakra, full moon energy. We had the heart chakra portal earlier this year, and it opened under the conjunction, but now Venus is opposite Neptune where it was conjunct. And so it's like the full moon phase of the heart chakra portal. And so it's a kind of climax of spiritual heart openings and a kind of loving kindness energy, a Kuan Yin compassion energy that really opens up as we get towards the end of August and towards the new moon. See, the moon's moving towards the sun at this point. And I have to mention the trines here. This Sun, Venus, Mars conjunction is all trine to Uranus, which just lights it up. It electrifies it. It awakens it. It stimulates it even more. And yeah, that's exciting energy right in here. And yes, now let's take a look at the new moon. Wow, look at this. 5 of the celestial bodies all in a row, opposite Neptune, Earth in the middle, everybody. Wow. Jupiter over in right angles to everything, square relationship. This is super duper potent. And so plan something special in here with fun people. You know what I'm saying? Have some sweet, sacred experiences right in here at the end of August. And it continues into September. At this point, Venus and Mars are only 4 degrees away. Venus is moving, separating from Mars, but the sun is exactly on Mars, and Mercury's right there, and everything's opposite Neptune. Trines to Uranus. It's the end of the Saturn-Uranus trine, and so that's coming into play too. Yeah, these are fun waves to catch. Lots of interesting possibilities here. And so let's move forward to the full moon now. And you can just see it's so strong in here. It's only 6 degrees apart. There's a nice date to mark. September 5th, 6. Moon-Jupiter conjunction, all in alignment with Sun, Venus, Mercury, Mars, Neptune. Oof. Nice one. 5th and 6th of September. And then here comes the Moon-Neptune conjunction opposite the Sun and Venus and Mars and Mercury. So they all get lit up at the new moon and then again at the full moon. Super strong full moon a month from now. So the next 4 weeks are just so dynamic, so filled with all kinds of possibilities for pleasure and love and intimacy. And so try to have it with friendly people who love you and lovers who love you, and then also have it with yourself. Take yourself on dance dates. Take yourself out on dance dates and coffee dates too. So it just keeps continuing after here. I'm saying all the way to the next new moon, really at the end of September. Even here, Venus is a full, 16 degrees away from Mars on September 20th. But it's just been such a strong activation back here. The waves are just so big that there's a really strong afterglow, I want to say, but let's say afterflow. After party? After party. Yes, I think that's what keeps happening. And so, yeah, let's just say all the way to the next new moon, everything goes into Libra. Yay, Libra. So late September, it's broad. Mars is still within 9 degrees of the sun. The sun's within 12 degrees of Venus. That means there's some midpoint action happening in here for the really advanced astrologers. And so, yeah, mark your calendars. The next 6 weeks, the party's on. I'll be back with updates. And your captain will be back for portal updates. If you're not on my mailing list, follow the link below to MatthewStelzner.com. Scroll down, sign up for my mailing list because there's a promotion happening and I'd love to tell you about it with my newsletter, which is coming out soon. And yes, please hit the like, subscribe, notifications, and share. I love you. Blessings, blessings, blessings. So these are the cards that came for the Sun, Venus, Mars dance party portal, everybody. Queen of Fire, Breakthrough, what's that? Whoa! Breakthrough, and the Lovers. Yeah, it's windy up here on the hill. I'm going to watch the moonrise over there a little bit. And right now, I'm watching the sunset, everybody. There's Twin Peaks. There's the portal down those stairs. And then up. The sun's about to set right there. Wow, it's beautiful. There's a really nice warm breeze here in San Francisco, which is extremely rare. Pleasurable, Venus, warm, Sun, Mars, breeze. Oh my gosh, usually this would be an extremely cold breeze. But wow, this is a nice warm portal. I gotta say, there's some leaves. There's the palm tree. The portal goes back all the way over here. Wow, it's probably gonna be really windy on this recording, but there you have it. There's me. Here's me. This is a better shot, I think. I don't know how I look, but I feel sexy. I've got my glasses on. Now I feel sexy. Now I feel sexy. Blessings, everyone. Hi there. Hi there. Hi there. Hi there. Hi there. Hi there. Hi there.